at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. But of course, this theatre is a reconstruction of the original, which was built in 1599. This new building was the dream of visionary actor Sam Wanamaker and was opened in 1997. It is so similar to the original building in so many ways, including timber, lots of smelly actors, and an adjacent Starbucks coffee house, dear. The cheapest way of watching a production at the Globe is by buying a groundling ticket. These cost £5 each, and you will get an excellent view where you stand in the circle just in front of the stage. When queuing as a groundling, this is where you will stand. The lines themselves can be very long, and the whole process can be painful, tortuous, and rather depressing. And you'll have to find your own way of going to the toilet. Going to the theatre in Shakespeare's time was a very different experience to how it is in 2018. Back then, the audience members would leave when they wanted, get drunk in the local bar, and come back in for only the bits they enjoyed, like the fighting and the gore. They would also procreate front of house. How wonderful. Of course, acting in those days was a very dangerous sport, particularly for the actors, who all had to wear protective codpieces around their groin region. For if it was deemed that they were doing bad acting and were in fact a backtor, the audience members would throw fruit, vegetables and bricks at this wonderfully delicate target. I think it's time the London theatre scene reintroduced this wonderful practice as soon as possible. Shakespeare's plays fall into four main categories: comedy, tragedy, history, and confusing. Here I am in Shakespeare's Globe bookshop. It's rather wonderful. Although I must say I'm slightly disappointed because they don't stock my books. All they have are lots of things by William Shakespeare. So, I think I'm going to leave. That was just like Mark Rylance after a show when you're trying to get an autograph of him. A little bit about Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare's plays are as relevant today as when they were first written. You only have to look at some of his most famous quotes to realize that they could actually have been written yesterday. For example, Brexit pursued by a bear. The course of true celebrity Love Island did never run smoothly. Now is the winter of our discount tents. And get thee to a nunnery or a single room in the local travel lodge. Romeo and Juliet. Many people believe this play is an epic love story, but it isn't. It's actually a play about a 3-day relationship between a 14-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy that results in 6 deaths, lots of pain, and some snogging. The Winter's Tale. This is perhaps one of Shakespeare's most well-known contemporary songs, performed by David Essex. Macbeth. A man called Donald Trump is visited by 3 witches who tell him he will one day be king. He's not sure it's possible, but with the support of his wife, an expensive campaign, and millions of people who don't think it's going to happen, it does. finally, when he does become king, he goes a little bit insane because the fictional wall of Mexico starts moving towards him, causing his toupee to fall off. Tragic. A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream was Shakespeare's first foray into soft porn and was originally entitled A Midsummer Night's Cream. The play itself is about a man with a big bottom who has sex with a donkey. As well as writing 37 plays, Shakespeare also wrote 154 sonnets. Sonnets are 14-line poems covering subjects such as love, war, peace, and sexy time. Many people believe they know a lot of Shakespeare's sonnets and love quoting them. But I must take this opportunity to correct some of you who think that Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, is in fact a Shakespearean sonnet. It isn't. It's actually the Lord's Prayer written by Cliff Richard. Hamlet, the Fresh Prince of Denmark. A young man from Denmark sees the ghost of his dead dad, spends a lot of time talking about suicide, fancies his mum, turns his girlfriend into a gibbering wreck, and doesn't even do one tap dance number. Eventually, however, after seeing his mother die, he kills his stepdad and then dies himself after a badly executed game of fencing. It's a shame Hamlet wasn't around today, really. It would have been so much easier. He could have taken lots of selfies with Yorick's skull and posted them on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, got lots of likes, and started feeling good again. Hashtag YOLO, hashtag Yorick's skull, hashtag Hamlet. Peace out.